party people, Emily at the Movement Clinic. Today I'm breaking down Updog for you, which is quite a big back bend, bigger than most believe. So if you're not warmed up already, go ahead and hit pause, warm yourself up. You might even check out the back bending basics tutorial that will start to lay the foundations for making this larger shape. But either way, when you're ready, join me wherever you want to move in a supported plank position. So palms are planted about shoulder width distance, rooting down through all four corners of the palms. Walk your knees back a couple prints behind your hips. Stretch your big toes behind you and gently press into the tops of the feet. Pause there. Couple points of interest, this sort of as above, so below principle that you may or may not have heard in yoga before. But bottom tips of the glutes, where they meet your outer thighs, and the bottom tip of your shoulder blades are going to be the two places that send the hips forward and up and send the chest and heart forward and up. So making this big extension, okay? So starting first with the bottom tips of those glutes, imagine you are holding pencils in between your glutes and your thighs, right? Especially the outer glutes and thighs. Keep that. Notice how it kind of sends those frontal bony hip points forward. Zip up the low belly and notice how it draws the frontal hip points up. Pause there. You'll see that my upper back is quite rounded here. I'm going to soften my elbows to make this transition a little easier. And now start to press my shoulder blades, especially the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, down or forward, and curl them underneath the armpits to lift my chest up. So you'll notice I'm already in kind of this up dog shape. How do we complete it? Press down into the tops of the feet. So much knees lift, squeeze the kneecaps, and then repeat. Press the bottom glutes down, zip up the low belly, and curl your shoulder blades underneath your armpits as you press the back of the head back. Sides and back of the neck are long. And that's your up dog. Okay, so let's rest for a moment. So now let's try to put up dog in that little bit of the vinyasa flow that we're used to seeing it in and make some minor adjustments and tweaks there that I often see are really necessary in people's flows. So I'll demonstrate first sort of the what to do, what not to do, what I see a lot, and then we'll just break it down slowly together. So make sure that your down dog is the appropriate length by starting in your plank pose and lifting your hips up and back. Gaze at those feet, make sure that they're hip width distance, inner heels are disappearing, and reaching back. Now, inhale, shift forward to plank. From here, I stretch back through my heels, reach forward through my heart, lower, halfway, chaturanga. Zipping up my low belly, pressing those bottom glutes into the backs of my thighs. From here, I simply flip onto the tops of the feet, curl my shoulder blades underneath my armpits, press away through my palms, squeeze kneecaps, zip up belly again and again and again, and lengthen sides of neck. And from here, of course, you can start to press into the tops of the feet, lift the hips, and roll over the toes back to down dog. And that's sort of the vinyasa flow that we see super often. Now, one thing that I notice almost across the board is that in these vinyasa flows, people reach forward and they dive to come up. Right? It's almost like the ego constantly wanting to make the movement bigger and more wave-like. But you're not doing yourself any favors. You're dumping your shoulders, your arm bones forward in the shoulder sockets, putting pressure on the bicep tendon, a place that gets aggravated a lot with people who aren't doing these transitions mindfully. Usually it happens over time in yoga. So let's start to learn the way to do it that's supportive for the shoulders. And that puts us in more of a positive movement habit position. So find your plank, adjust your feet, adjust your hands so you're in a plank that puts you in a down dog position as we all do this together. As you inhale, shift forward to your plank. Now stretch your heart forward, zip up the low belly, and already get the bottom tips of those glutes pressing down onto the backs of the thighs. Stretch the sides of the neck forward, the heart forward, chaturanga, lower, lift the front tips of the shoulders away from the mat, zip up the low belly, and now flip onto the tops of the feet and simply press away through the hands as you curl your shoulder blades underneath your armpits, lengthen sides and back of the neck, up dog. Now press down into the tops of the feet, zip up the low belly, descend the hips up and back, roll over the toes, down dog. Okay, so practice this with me or on your own as much as you would like. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class at the Movement Clinic.